Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Do all of Harry's issues come down to not the death of his mother, but sausages? Former royal butler Paul Burnell said a young Harry asked how come he, meaning William, gets 3 at breakfast time after the prince's nanny served up their meal. The nanny allegedly replied, "William needs filling up more than you. He's going to be king one day." Burrell told The Sun, "When I look back now, I think maybe I was glimpsing the dynamic at play." Harry said he had enough for 2 books, and given our recent download numbers, we encourage him to get that second book ready, but not until after the coronation. Harry told The Telegraph, "It could have been 2 books, put it that way, and the hard bit was taking things out. Because on the scale of things I could include for family members, there were certain things that, look, anything I'm going to include about any of my family members, I'm going to get trashed for," he said. "I knew that walking into it, but it's impossible to tell my story without them in it, because they play such a crucial part in it, and also because you need to understand the characters and personalities of everyone within the book. But there are some things that have happened, especially between me and my brother, and to some extent between me and my father, that I just don't want the world to know, because I don't think they would ever forgive me. Now, you could argue that some of the stuff I've put in there, well, they will never forgive me anyway, but the way I see it is I'm willing to forgive you for everything you've done, and I wish you'd actually sat down with me properly, and instead of saying I'm delusional and paranoid, actually sit down and have a proper conversation about this, because what I'd really like is some accountability. And an apology to my wife." Harry worries about the next generation of spares, the children of William, saying, "And though William and I have talked about it once or twice, and he has made it very clear to me that his kids are not my responsibility, I still feel a responsibility knowing that out of those 3 children, at least one will end up like me, the spare. And that hurts, that worries me." Has Harry's inability to stop talking cost him a career in Hollywood? Kinsey Schofield, host of the To Die For Daily podcast, told Fox News Digital that those within the Sussex circle in Hollywood may be wary of what they reveal, out of fear the pair will publicly speak out once more. Schofield asked, "Did intensely private Beyoncé give Meg permission to read a text message that she sent the Duchess verbatim to millions of Netflix subscribers? I highly doubt it. Did Courtney Cox expect to one day be called out for magic mushroom chocolates in Spare? Does Gayle King enjoy being grilled by the internet when Harry tells ITV there isn't a royal racist after Gayle appeared on morning television claiming that her friends, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, had receipts? They are putting people in uncomfortable situations. While having Tyler Perry and Oprah in your corner is a huge help, I think most individuals don't want to pick a side and would prefer to avoid the drama." Palace Intrigue will be right back. The Mirror took a look at who Harry mentions and who he doesn't in Spare. There is no surprise who gets mentioned the most. Meghan Markle is name-checked 435 times. William II with 358 mentions, Diana 342, Charles 310, the Queen 192. Kate Middleton is mentioned 104 times, stepmother Camilla only 62, which is 2 fewer than Marco. The Mirror reminds us Mark Dyer, known in the book as Marco, was a royal aide and trusted protector of Prince Harry. Seen by the young prince as a second dad, he regularly pops up in stories during Harry's teenage years. Marco also has red hair. The Queen Mother is mentioned 48 times, which is more than Prince Philip's 37. Archie gets 26 mentions, Tiggy the Nanny 17, Prince Andrew 5, and baby Lilibet only 3. The Mirror also took a look at some of the nicknames Harry uses in the book. Tweedledum and Tweedledummer are 2 members of the paparazzi. Billy the Rock is Harry's security guard who protected him from Tweedledum and Tweedledummer. The Bee is the late Queen's private secretary, Sir Edward Young. The Wasp is believed to be King Charles' private secretary, Clive Alderton, while the Fly is reportedly Prince William's Simon Case. In Spare, Harry refers to the Bee, the Wasp, and the Fly. Deep down, I fear that each man felt himself to be the one true monarch, that each was taking advantage of a queen in her 90s, enjoying his influential position while merely appealing to serve. We know about Pa and Willie, and Aunt Margot might take you a second, but that's Princess Margaret, the Queen's sister, and a fellow Spare. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. Hey, if you're on iTunes and you see those 5 stars there, please hit them if you love the show. It really helps us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.